strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. And it's usually described in a quadrant. It's a methodology that was invented about in the 60s in Stanford. And it's a pretty good way to set up a path for the success of your property. If you're in marketing and hotels, you have to do a SWOT at some point, even though it's an older tool. The newer tool is called SOAR. It's got aspirations and results instead of opportunities and threats. Let's think of it as one of them looking at the present, the other one looking at the future. But today we're focusing on SWOT. So in order to get started, you really need to create a candid benchmark with your comp set. Two comp sets, one that's on your STAR report, that's STAR, that's Smith Travel, and the other one that's your non-STAR. So if you think of STAR, typically it's 6 or 7 hotels that are like yours, same number of rooms, same kind of clientele that you go after. It's in your agreement with the ownership, so you definitely need to hang on to those and know where you stand compared to these properties. But always think of the non-STAR, right? You might have a luxury property or a lifestyle property that got added to your comp set, something in the pipeline coming, and of course, the short-term rentals that really kind of present a threat to your business. You do want to be aware of those at the same time. For now, let's just focus on the hotels. One of the big mistakes people make is it's time to do a SWOT. They go look at all 7 hotels in one day. They come back, they have a list. Wrong. You really want to take time in each of the properties. Sit in the lobby, see the service, feel the property, see what it looks like with different time of day, lights, the meal periods, who their customers are. You also, if possible, don't want to do it alone. Something that appeals to me might not appeal to somebody else and vice versa. For example, there may be a motif of trains, and you love trains, everybody does, it's industrious, it's these big trains from the turn of the century, and it's cool until you find out, oh, my grandfather died in a train accident. All of a sudden, our visions of trains are 2 different things. Be very objective, look at it as how most people see it. You also have to be very candid. Their lobby, my lobby is prettier. Sure. Is it efficient? Is it large? Is it relaxing? Does it offer what this lobby offers? You really want to take off your guard and look at each hotel separately. You now have a list. It should only have 2 things on that list. It's going to have your strengths and your weaknesses. And you're thinking, well, how about the opportunities and threats? Not yet. You now go to the next step, because hotels, they sell buildings, they sell service, but they also sell their systems. Reservations, repeat, your online reputation. So you have to go back to the same list of hotels and start again with that same methodology, property by property. Take your time, what are their strengths, their weaknesses, etc., and you put it together. You now have a matrix: strengths, opportunities, threats, weakness, whatever order you want to put them. You then combine your strengths and your opportunities, and you do pairings. I have a very efficient front desk, and we really want to maximize our check-in speed for guests. Very basic, but those 2 together create one strategy that you can go towards being the fastest check-in in the city, or the most seamless. You then take your weaknesses and your threat, you combine those. We don't have anywhere to park and crime is high in the city. Well, those 2 things together could be an existential threat if all of a sudden all the cars get broken into and things along those lines. You now have those combinations, and you're able to create critical success factors, the things that have to happen for your property to be number 1 in the market. You really boil those down, you create a very candid upfront, this is what we need to do. And once you've created those, all you have to do is the implementation. How do you train people? How do you get them on board? How do you get this message throughout your property? And any of those steps, if I can be of help, visit my website, give me a call. I would love to work with you.